everyone, and welcome to another Vegas 17 Pro tutorial. Today we're going to be covering how to take your stream clips from Twitch or Mixer and convert them into a format that will work on Instagram and other similar social media sites. Let's get into it. One of the reasons that you want to make sure that you're doing this is so that way you can use your content from Twitch or Mixer or wherever else you're recording it and best apply it to different social media platforms. Instagram has its own way of doing things, and so if you go ahead and just post your clips directly onto Instagram, it's going to end up clipping them, or you're going to have to shrink them, and it's not going to look very good. So you definitely want to take the time to format your clips so that way they work best on Instagram and other platforms like that. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go ahead and import a clip that you want to edit and that you want to put onto Instagram or some other similar social media platform. This is just a generic clip that I pulled from my stream. As you can see, it's in 1280 by 1080. It's normal standard definition or high definition, nothing crazy. But this, if I were to go ahead and put it on Instagram, would probably get cropped or require me to shrink it so that way it fits the platform. We want to make the video work for the platform, so we're going to go ahead and do some things to edit that. Once you've gone ahead and gotten your clip into Vegas, the first thing we're going to do is change the aspect ratio. Okay, so to do that, the first step you're going to do is you're going to click on this button right here, which is your project video properties. You click that, and what you're going to do is we're going to create a new template here. Now, I already have one for Instagram, so you can go ahead and copy this, but this is what you're going to want it to look like. The biggest things here is that you want your width and your height to be the same at 1080, okay? Instagram uses a 1:1 aspect ratio, so you need to make sure that it's a square. So 1080 by 1080 here. Pixel aspect ratio set to 1 for square. Your frame rate, here I have it at 24. I recommend that you put it to 29 or 60 depending on whatever you're using or whatever you're streaming at. So this will end up getting changed to 29. Your pixel format, you want an 8-bit. And then the rest of this should all be good. Your full resolution, you definitely want to make sure is at best. Your motion blur is going to be Gaussian. De-interlace shouldn't really matter, but make sure it's at blend fields. And your resample, this is important. You want to make sure your resample is disable resample. As far as the other tabs go, here's audio. This should all be good, but go ahead and copy it over. Ruler, summary, and audio. So these should be the settings that you want. Once you've gone ahead and made these settings in this system here, you're gonna go ahead, name it whatever you want, and you can save it so that way you know that you always have the ability to go back and find it, put it to whatever video you want to work on. So once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and click apply and then OK. So as you can see here, what this has gone ahead and done is created some black bars above and below our video. Now the aspect ratio is correct, but this is a little boring and it's going to look pretty unprofessional if you were to just post this directly on Instagram. So there's some things that you can do to go ahead and add a little bit of flair, add some color, add some text, do things that you've seen before on Facebook videos or Instagram posts of other people who take clips or videos and apply them to those social medias. So the easy way to do this, we're going to go ahead and do something simple. You can do whatever you would like, but I'm just going to show you kind of the basics so that way you can apply it to whatever your brand is or whatever you want it to look like. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add a video track here. All right. Now this video track is going to be what's going to color the bar above and below. So we're actually going to put this under everything because it's the background. And I've gone ahead and gone into media generators and pulled a solid color. I've got blue. You can use any of these colors. You can use any of these text patterns, or you can use the color gradients, whatever you would want. Images, whatever you can find will do the job. So let's go ahead. We're just going to pull in this blue here. And as you can see, that's filled in the color above and below the video. Now you definitely want to make sure that you drag this to the duration of the video so that way it doesn't go away during the video. But there you go. So the next thing that you can do is go ahead and add some text that can be used to enhance your media, catch people's attention, whether it be subtitles, a title, a catchy phrase, whatever the case is. So for me, I already have some Instagram text that I use pretty regularly, so I've made a template for it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it in here. Make sure you drag this out. You can go ahead and change the text. So for this, I'm gonna say test text. Okay, and then we're gonna use the pan crop tool here to go ahead and move this where we want it. And there you go. So here, as you can see, we have a clip that works. that you could use for Instagram or whatever it is that you would want to do. The next step is going to be rendering this video in a way that Instagram can go ahead and read. So for that, you're going to want to go to File, Render As. You're going to pull up your render settings. Now, I already have an Instagram one, so I'm going to show you how to create an Instagram template. So let's go ahead and remove all the filters that I have. So you're going to go to Sony AVC/MVC, and in here there's a bunch of templates. You're going to go ahead and click either one of these internet templates. It doesn't matter, you're going to go ahead and change the settings of it. So the settings that we have for mine are as follows. You can see them here. We want to make sure that we are in an AVC format. The custom frame size, again, being 1080 by 1080. Profile high. The coding should be fine. Frame rate, you want to make sure it matches whatever your video properties are. So if you're doing 30 frames, use this one. If you're doing 60 frames, use the 60 frames. Field order, none. Pixel aspect ratio should be 1. The bitrate I have set here. You can use whatever bitrate you would like. I believe the standard is going to be 40 instead of 10, but do know that that does increase the size of your video, so just keep that in mind. I use this and it works just fine for mine. Audio, this should all be good, but here they are. System. And then for project, you definitely want to make sure that you have the video rendering quality set to best, and then everything else here should be good. And then you can go ahead, head back here, make sure that you save this template so that way you don't have to go ahead and create it every time, and that way you can render this out and then post this to Instagram or Facebook or wherever it is that you want to post it, and it should work just fine. And there you go. Now you've gone ahead and taken a clip from your stream, whether that be Twitch or Mixer or wherever else you're streaming to, and edited it and made it usable on Instagram, Facebook, and plenty of other social media platforms. This is really going to give you a good edge over other people who don't spread their content to as many different places as possible. And it definitely allows people to see your content, see what you're about, and gives them a way to find you and be more interested in your content. So this is something you should definitely be using.